Carolina and Company Live is sponsored by the businesses, organizations, and groups featured in this program. The views and opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect that of WPDE ABC 15, WWMB CW21, or its employees.
You're watching Carolina and Company Live. Your source for fun, entertainment, and events. With your hosts, Cecil Chandler and Amanda Sellers. If it's happening in the area, it's on Carolina and Company Live.
And hello, everybody. Welcome to Carolina and Company Live. It's a Thursday. Amanda's a little bit under the weather, but don't you worry. We're going to have a great show today, a lot of fun stuff. You're going to learn something every day on this show. If you've just moved to the area, this is the show you want to watch because there's so much happening, and we let you know about it. But first off, let's find out a little bit about the weather and see how it's going to be.
Your first warning weather with meteorologist Zach Covey.
All right, well, high temperatures today up into the upper 80s to even some low 90s. I would not be surprised to see 91 out in Sumter and Manning, maybe even Hartsville. Right now I'm going 90, but you could reach 91. Overall, sunny skies, a few mostly sunny skies. Yes, cumulus cloud development will occur, but subsidence or sinking air from the high pressure will limit that development to the point where you're only going to see a few clouds. You're not going to see rain from any of these clouds today. Right there along the immediate coastline, a southerly flow. Further inland, you have that westerly flow, and that westerly flow will be about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Temperatures will struggle to reach the 60-degree mark overnight tonight. Many locations staying around 69 to 71 before we warm back up tomorrow. Over the past 3 months for Myrtle Beach, we have been way above average, especially in September where the entire month was above average. The past 3 months averaged together an 86.6 degree temperature. That's about 1.9 degrees, almost 2 degrees above average just in the past 3 months for Myrtle Beach. For Florence, still very, very hot. Again, September all above average. The past 3 months averaged together 91.2. A 3.2 degree rise above average. Much of the East Coast and Southeast has been above average for the past several days, and these departures above average will continue to get worse over the next 48 hours, and it's due to this ridge of high pressure, which is really baking the East Coast and just not letting go. Even through Monday, this ridge still sitting here as troughs of low pressure move through the West Coast. That will allow cold Canadian air to filter in to the west, but very warm southerly air to flow east. This pattern set for the next 2 weeks. The Climate Prediction Center saying well above average for the East Coast, well below average for the West Coast in the 6 to 10 day outlook, and for the 8 to 14 day outlook, still not much of a change, just a slight shift of that cooler weather into the heartland of the country, but still for us, we are baking above average. That means 7-day forecast. Temperatures, yes, they cool down from a cold front on our Saturday, but still in the 80s when we should be in the 70s. Overnight lows in the 60s and 70s when we should be around 58 degrees. This is just unexpected and also a very unusual time of the year to have this type of heat.
Does laughing relieve stress? Try this app to give your gut a giggle after our advertiser. Feeling run down? Today's app, laughing my app off, is modest in features but provides much needed giggles. Some researchers say laughter is a great medicine. Set how many times a day you would like to receive joke notifications on your phone. You'll be surprised throughout the day to receive a little laughing boost. It is perfect for taking the stress out of a moment. New features include laughing in different ways. You can select to get shower thoughts, which are funny observations, or cheesy lines to impress. If you want to dig deeper, try the riddles. Anyone can use a little humor to help put some spring in your step. This simple app is free and available on iOS and Android. I'm Francie Black. For direct app download link, visit technegatoday.com.
And welcome back. It's a Thursday. All right, let's find out a little something that's going on Saturday because we're out on location tomorrow at South of the Pearl in Darlington for a live show. All right, coming up Saturday now, we'll be heading to Maggie D's right there in Myrtle Beach for a cruise in. Now, the show is open to all cars and trucks. And, of course, it's free. 6 trophies will be given out. The cruise in starts at 11 and goes until 2 p.m. And there'll be lots of rock and roll and giveaways. So the public is invited to come by and look at the cars, and Saturday we'll be at Maggie D's, so come by and check us out. All right, let's find out a little bit about today. Today, of course, is Thursday, October 4th, and this is 10-4 Day. All right, 10-4, and it's also Toot Your Own Flute Day. Birthdays today, 1946, Susan Sarandon, 72. She was in Thelma and Louise, you remember that. Also, the Rocky Horror Picture Show and Changed. 1976, Alice Silverstone, 42 years old, Clueless, and her performance in The Crush earned her an MTV Movie Award. 1989, Dakota Johnson, 29 years old, a daughter, of course, of Don Johnson, and was in the 2015 movie 50 Shades of Grey. I know you remember that one. And in 1999, her debut was in Crazy in Alabama. All right, today in history, let's go back to 1956. The 10 Commandments, directed by Cecil B. DeMille, was released, and of course starring Charlton Heston and Yul Brynner. All right, 1961 on this date, Breakfast at Tiffany's film released, based on, let's see, it was starring Audrey Hepburn and George Peppard. All right, that's a little bit of day in history. Now let's find out a little bit about the Know-It-All Department. All right, do you know why bananas are curved? Anybody know? I don't know. Because they grow toward the sun. So instead of growing toward the ground, they grow toward the sun, and the curve is formed. So if anybody ever asked you why bananas curved, now you know the answer. That's it from the Know-It-All Department today. We got a great show lined up, some fun stuff. We'll be right back. Let me hear
1, 2, 3.
Are you ready for some entertainment? Well, coming to the Theater of the Republic over in Conway on October 10th, it's the delightful musical Sideshow. Now, this musical is about twins, and the show runs a lot in the month of October. And Tim's with us now, and he's going to tell us a little bit about what Sideshow is all about.
Well, it's a true story about the Hilton conjoined twin sisters. They were born back in 1920, and their family left them, and a gentleman adopted them, put them in a sideshow. And they performed, and then a gentleman from vaudeville came along, discovered them, took them to vaudeville, and then made them movie stars. And they lived together, conjoined till their death. And so it's a true story. And the whole story is about the struggles they went through, and all of their friends from the sideshow, all the freaks and all the different people. And then when the one fell in love, and the only way that he would get married to her if they were separated. So it was a risky surgery back then. Yeah. And it's just a beautiful story, and it's a true story. So it opens up in October, actually a week from tonight. So it's a beautiful show, great songs. We got identical twins. They're attached to dresses. They move around together. They dance together. So it's a great show.
That's pretty neat. All right, who's doing the twins? Who are playing the twins?
Laura and Lily. The last names I'll mess them up, but they're new. Lily's new in the town, and she auditioned, and she's doing a great job. And it's just very, you know, imagine dancing together.
Yeah.
I can't dance by myself, let alone someone tied to me. But they're attached at the hip, and they dance and they sing and they do some comedy. It's just got a little bit of kind of music, and it's got that vaudeville feel to it, if you like vaudeville, and a little ragtime music, that type of stuff. So it's a great show.
All right, now it's playing through October. It starts the 10th, you said?
It starts Wednesday, a week from today,
Okay.
on the 10th, and it runs through the 29th. So we run every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and then the following Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then the last weekend.
All right, now what's coming up at the sideshow? What's the next?
We have a comedy called Over the River and Through the Woods. It's about an Italian family, grandparents, two sets of grandparents, that lives in New Jersey, and their grandson wants to move, and they're trying to mix him up with girls, and so he won't move, and it's just a comedy all about spaghetti and Italian. So that's great. And then we're going, our great Christmas show coming is Elf.
Oh, that's
Elf
good.
the musical, so that'll be coming to us in December.
And if anybody wants to try out for any of these shows, all I'll do is call.
You go to our website, theateroftherepublic.com, or just go online, or just give us a call, and we'll tell information.
Tim, always a pleasure.
Thank you, Cecil.
Thank you so much. All right, sideshow. More coming up. Stay with us. We'll be right back. All right, coming up this weekend, we're talking about the annual Dillon Booster Club. They're sponsoring their Dillon's Battle of the Bands. Now, we're talking about a lot of high schools coming to the area to put all this together. Now, Cedric's with us now. Let's talk about it. Coming up October 6th, right?
Yes, sir. Again, we're having this will be our 14th year, Dillon Battle of the Bands. We're having over 20 high school bands that'll be there, as well as 3 college bands. We got college bands coming from 3 different states. Benedict College will be there. Edward Waters from Florida, they will be there. And also Fayetteville State University from North Carolina, they'll be there.
Now, these bands, they really get to rocking here now. I'm talking about, you know, this is a big event. It's a big fundraiser for the Booster Club.
Yeah, it's the biggest fundraiser that we have all year long. We have in excess of over 4,000 spectators, participants, and bands each year. We have over 20 high school bands there, so it's a really big event.
Now, look at it. The crowd really gets into this now. When they start moving, everybody starts rocking and rolling.
Oh, yeah, it's the show, it's the show style type band competition. This is a very unique competition. It's the only competition within a 100-mile radius of this nature in this area. It's a show style. You may see Southern University or Grambling University is that style of competition, that style of marching. So it's a very high-paced, high-energy type, you know, marching of band competition.
All right, you got 20 high school bands and how many college bands?
3 college bands. Yeah.
3 college bands.
Yeah.
All right, now it's all coming up this weekend.
Yeah, it's going to be Saturday. Gates open at 1 o'clock. The show starts at 2. We'll have plenty of vendors out selling barbecue, hot dogs, chicken, you name it. We're even going to have a voter registration booth there, so if you want to get voted, registered to vote for the midterms, get registered to vote there as well. So we have all kind of activities out there, good food. We have the ground transportation to spray for mosquitoes, so there'll be no concern about that as well.
That's good. Y'all thinking about all that.
Thinking about all that. So come on out. This will be the first big event in Dillon since before the storm. So come on out and have fun, you know, and enjoy yourself.
All right. Hey, Cedric, thank you so much. Now, this is an all-day thing, so when you come out, you're going to be there watching those bands.
Yeah, it's like I said, it'll be in about 9, 10 o'clock, but you have a good day, good full day of activity. So it's a very family-oriented competition. So.
Right. Thanks, Cedric.
Yeah.
All right, we got more coming up. Stay with us. We'll be right back. And welcome back. All right, the Sons of Norway presents the Scandinavian Open House. The club made up of members from Sweden, listen to this now, Denmark, Norway, and Finland. Now, the event is set for Saturday, October 6th, and Karen's here with me. And Karen, let's talk about this event.
Yes. So Southern Star Lodge, our local Sons of Norway Lodge, is hosting this Scandinavian celebration Saturday, October 6th, from noon to 4 at St. Philip's Lutheran Church on 62nd Avenue North and Kings Highway, right here in Myrtle Beach. This is a free event. It's fun, family-friendly, open to all.
All right, that's good. Y'all do folk tales, exhibits. What all do y'all do?
Yes, we're having a huge Scandinavian exhibit. So think all things Scandinavian. Wood carving, painting, needle arts, pewter, silver, you name it, we got it. Even a real reindeer skin all the way from Finnmark, Norway.
Wow. All right, now we got some little items here. Are these made or how? What are these now? We're
so
kind of look at them right here a little bit.
This is the traditional wood carving here. We have the Sami. They are the reindeer herders in Finnmark. We've got a girl here in traditional costume on a fjord horse, which is very special to Norway. And then, of course, the trolls.
The troll. Everybody, you got to talk about the troll.
Well, we have some special guests. We have Oscar the Troll, who is coming all the way from Norway just for our event.
Whoa.
Troll hunters helped locate him. And he is extremely excited to come because his mission in life is to dispel the myth that all trolls are mean and eat people.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
So he's a good troll.
He's a vegan and he's a good troll. He's staying at my house. He arrives tonight.
Well, that's very good. Now, where are you from originally?
Originally, I'm from San Francisco.
Right.
My dad is from Bergen, Norway, so I'm first generation, and most of my family is in southwestern Norway.
All right. Now, this is open to everybody. It's free. Tell them again where it's going to be and all.
It's free. St. Philip's Lutheran Church, 62nd Avenue North and Kings Highway, right here in Myrtle Beach. You can't miss it because we're going to have a Viking ship set up on the lawn facing the highway.
Now, that is neat.
Yeah.
So everybody's invited to come out, and you'll get to meet a good troll.
Yes.
Right?
Oscar.
Thanks, Karen, for being with us. I appreciate it. I love your outfit, too.
Well, thank you.
Very nice, very nice. All right, we got more coming up. Stay with us. We'll be right back. We're going to talk a little bit about Georgetown and how they're getting back to business. And welcome back, everybody. You know, a lot of this area has been devastated by the flood, Florence, and a hurricane is just something bad. It's taking its toll on a lot of people. Georgetown was hit really bad, but they're here today, Christine and Tom, to tell us Georgetown is open for business and come on down. Right, Christina?
Yes. This Saturday in Georgetown, there's going to be some events going on, and actually they're in response to what has happened in Georgetown. Georgetown was faced with that monumental flood, and before that the hurricane. So what they did was they packed up, the businesses packed up all their equipment, all their merchandise. You could look down Georgetown and see rows of U-Hauls, and Georgetown was like a ghost town. It was packed up, sandbagged, and so they waited and waited, and then of course the flood didn't happen, but for that we're very thankful and grateful. So really what this is a celebration of things to do to bring Georgetown
back to life.
Revitalize it back to life.
Well, it's a
like
great thing it was not flooded, but I hate
Right,
everybody had to
exactly.
move out and all. And Tom, this is a big deal. Everybody's ready to come back because this is financial hurt to a lot of people.
A lot of businesses have been closed for over a month, and it's hard on employees. We were talking to one business owner the other day, and he was near tears about not the process. This was before we knew the flood wasn't coming, that he might lose his business, but he was more worried about his employees and them losing their livelihood. But Georgetown is now open for business. We get to come today because most of the business owners are there getting ready for this weekend when they're going to have sales, sidewalk sales, restaurants will have specials. The tour boats will be operating to take people out on wonderful Winyah Bay, which was actually our savior. You know, all the water that you got up here in Conway and everywhere else as it came down the Waccamaw went out in Winyah Bay, and the dire predictions didn't come true, thank goodness.
All right, now I tell you, this is, you know, when it comes to place, Georgetown is a beautiful place. If you've never been to Georgetown, you need to take time to go. This would be a great weekend to go. Great restaurants down there. You walk up and down the boardwalk. You know, it's just a great place to go, and I'm glad y'all are ready to roll now.
Thank you.
We are, and you know, we have 2 new restaurants opening. Graham's Landing on Front Street.
Yeah.
They've been in Merle's Inlet, and they're already open. They were open a very short period of time, and they had to pack up and move out. And then Root, which is, I believe, opening quickly. But you know, as you know, go down Front Street from where Graham's Landing is all the way down to Nukes by the Independent Seafood. There's a lot of businesses, and they're all ready and willing and going to have sales, all kinds of activities. Some of the rest businesses will have prizes, and wine will be served. It'll be a good time this Saturday.
Well, I'm going to tell you, devastation a little over 5 years ago, the big fire down there destroyed a lot of businesses too, and that was a financial hurt for everybody.
It really was, and left a hole in our town that's been kind of patched up with something for the Maritime Museum. That's the year right before we moved to Georgetown, but we were there for the 1,000-year flood, got flooded out of our home, and then Matthew and then Irma, so it's been one thing after another, and we're really blessed that Florence just had a little wind and some rain, and then the flood predictions didn't hold true.
That's true, and I tell you, when you live along the coast or Georgetown areas or whatever, you got to expect, you know, this type of weather. Thank y'all both for being here.
Thank you.
Now, don't forget, Saturday, Georgetown is open. Go down to restaurants, do some shopping down there, look for some of the sales they've got going. A lot of neat stuff happening. Thank y'all both for being with us.
Thank you.
So
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, we got a lot more coming up. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
It's funny, it's crazy, and you never know what Cecil or Amanda are going to say or do.
Hollywood!
It's Carolina and Company live weekdays on ABC 15. A fun show that makes you laugh and makes you feel good about where you live. If you just moved to the area, Carolina and Company Live is the show you need to watch. You'll find out about everything going on along the Grand Strand, PD, and Border Belt. Check it out weekdays at noon on WPDE ABC 15.
And welcome back. Now, tomorrow we'll be on the road. We'll be over in my hometown of Darlington. South of Pearl is where we're going. Todd Hardy's got a great restaurant over there, an old Victoria-style home. We'll see you there tomorrow. Have a great day, everybody.
Carolina and Company Live is sponsored by the businesses, organizations, and groups featured in this program. The views and opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect that of WPDE ABC 15, WWMB CW 21, or its employees.